Hello and welcome back to Rambling About Wrestling, the only show where we catch fights, not feelings. Let's get straight into it. We are predicting the card. That's right, I have no original content. It's a What Culture ripoff once more. It's some predictions for CATCH New Art Riot. That is, of course, the poster. I forget where to the right for some reason. That is, of course, the poster. Let's get straight into the matches. First off, Sam, I'll let you go first. We'll snake this. Who do you think's winning when Dynamite Lee Dawson issues his open challenge against Tom McColl on the Monday Night Zeitgeist pre-show thing?
So, this is interesting because his open challenges have been a big part of the Zeitgeist tapings. I am going to go out on a limb, and I think that Tom McColl is going to win, but it will not be a clean win. If Critchy is there, no doubtably there'll be some shenanigans, but even if he isn't, I think Tom will find an underhanded way of getting the win in some way or another, because this is really the first heel that Dynamite Lee is facing in these open challenges, because Easy is a face, and Matty Tucker, he was a tweener. Like, he didn't do anything too outrageous, and he shook his hand at the end. So this is the first in this series where he's facing someone who's actually going to use underhanded tactics. So I think this would be a great way to establish that Dynamite Lee maybe isn't, going to go after Oberman just yet, because this is what this whole storyline's been building to. But I think with their current strategy of giving Oberman basically finding the best of British wrestling for Oberman to fight, I think they're going to save Dynamite Lee for when they're done with that, and are going to, like, they're planting the seeds, they're not letting it grow yet. So I think Tom McColl being a little setback for Dynamite Lee might just, keep the wheels turning on the storyline.
I completely disagree. The boy from Powder Keg gonna get it done, and then of course be announced as the next challenger to Oberman's title. I do believe. I think this will be like the one where Oberman might even get involved to try and screw him. But I think Dynamite Lee Dawson, he's unstoppable. I don't know if you noticed, but he's too powerful. He'll never be stopped. So that's already a disagreement here on the predictions. This could get ugly as we move to the next match: Gorgon versus Nadjei. I again on the Monday Night Zeitgeist pre-show. Haha, Nadjei couldn't make the main show. Loser. Um, I do think Nadjei's picking up the win here though, begrudgingly. And hopefully Sam stays out of this one so that they don't go to a time limit draw. Because I do think we'll have a 10-minute time limit. So don't think you can play as much with the Horde Mask. Although maybe they should wrestle Horde Mask versus Horde Mask. Have a mask versus mask. Lucha de Expuestas.
It's funny that you were talking about that, because that is actually my prediction. Because I was wondering why there was two matches for the YouTube. So I think that this is actually going to be a time limit draw, because I believe that we're seeing not the full turn, but the gradual shift towards heel Nadjei. We saw in the Enigma series against Danny Proper and Tony Wright that he was, pushing the refs out the way to continue beating up his opponents when, they caught, a little bit of a bad injury, or, like, pulled a muscle. and he was very ruthless in it, as well as in the tag matches that we saw at Zeitgeist. There was a lot of, he was a bit bossy during it with his calls, and there was a bit of impatience there, and obviously Gorgon getting attacked by Ian Skinner. We're getting a bit of sympathy towards Gorgon, so I think this is going to end in a time limit draw, which will just anger Nadjei more.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that instead of it being 2 instead of 3 matches, you might be onto something there. But I'm still backing AJ begrudgingly because I would like the points, and I just don't think I think a time limit draw is too risky to predict so early on. But then we move to the main show. I mean, again, I'm glad that there's so many different things. They haven't given us a match graphic, so I'm just going to put a photo of Danny Proper saying "Eat the Rich." It's Mr. Catch, Danny Proper versus Northwest Strong's Teddy Ray in a no time limit singles match. What are your predictions?
You should have edited the image of Teddy Ray dressed as Gru to go along with this.
I should have, would have, I could have.
No time limit draw. There's a bit of a thing because on the big poster, I don't know if you saw it, said no limit instead of no time limit.
Yeah, we're in the
It made me think, are they gonna do a thing of, they both attack each other before the bell? Greenwood tries to throw the match out. Well, probably be Liam trying to throw the match out because Liam normally does there's some shenanigans going on. And then they restart it being no rules whatsoever,
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to do that because there is already a huge stipulation match on the card. So, you don't want to have too many stipulations. And this is already technically a stipulation having no time limit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think that I'm going to give the win to Teddy just because I don't think we're quite done with the story yet.
Yeah.
Because it feels like because Teddy has only recently been added into the story because it was just Keenan and Chris that was being a problem for Danny. So with so it feels weird if Teddy was the only member not a part of the inciting incident being the one to end the feud. I mean, you could spin it the other way, saying it builds momentum to him fighting them again. But I think Teddy is going to win. But there's going to be some form of thing of debate. I think it's a thing of he rolls him up. Danny has a hand on the rope, but the ref doesn't see it. And that's how it happens.
Wouldn't be like a referee to not see a hand on the rope. That's a callback to the last video, guys. Whichever way it is. Watch it, guys. It's the funniest thing I've ever done and ever will do. I'm actually going to agree with you here. Again, begrudgingly. I do think Teddy Ray will win. And I do think that we're not over with the Danny Proper versus Northwest Strong series. We did think for a second that we'd have a bit of a banter bus Northwest Strong reunion, but not reunion, but sort of bigger feud. But I don't think we will actually. I think Mr. Catch is going it alone.
They could save it for this show, This being a big show, with both Joshua and Rampage Brown on it, having Farewell return, that could be a big moment.
Yeah, it's certainly something that Could happen. Will it
Maybe he's the
happen?
one who scares off Keenan at ringside, because I'm assuming Keenan's going to be at ringside.
Yeah, he's always watching.
Yeah.
Then we have a special singles match. Bad Rampage Brown takes on the leading man, Tony Wright. I think Anthony's going to pick up the win here, but I think it'll be a hard-fought one. I'm not so sure. Anthony, of course, being Ant the editor because he loves Rampage Brown, he's winning either way, no matter the result of this match. Getting to see him in person and getting to get that paycheck from Tony Wright if he wins to film a promo for him. I'm going Tony Wright though. In all seriousness, I think you can't have the guy who's the number one contender to either series, either title of his choosing, lose, even if it is against the great Rampage Brown, who calls himself Bad Rampage Brown. So the great badness, I guess, on display. And then after the match, I do think he'll announce his intention, because even though I've got it the fifth match we're previewing, or the fourth match we're previewing, I don't think this will happen fourth. I think it'll be closer to the end of the night, potentially.
Yeah, I agree. I do think this will be Tony winning. The only way I don't see Tony winning is if Oberman, who people believe is going to be the title holder, Tony goes after, because Big T and Troy, their story's still going on. If it was concluding at New Art Riot, there could have been a little bit of suspense, if they have the match here, but we're not getting it here. But
Yeah.
I do think that's the correct decision, because I believe Hostile is the more fitting pay-per-view for this to happen, because both men have won Hostile, so it just makes sense to have the title match there. But yeah, the only way Tony doesn't win is if Scott comes out, maybe like with a chair, and forces like a DQ by like, I don't know, hitting Rampage Brown in the back to technically give the win to Rampage Brown.
Now you're making me think that might actually happen. Now I'm getting a bit shaky, a bit nervous on my predictions.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Jack that I think Tony picks up the win, because if the title match does happen, you're gonna wanna, if it is happening soon, you're gonna want Tony to keep that momentum. Not saying he can't lose, and Rampage Brown is one of those opponents where it's like he doesn't lose stock like as much if it is someone like Rampage Brown, but I don't. We've seen in the past that guests to Catch even, sorry. Guests in Catch are willing to lose against the regular crowd. So yeah, I think this is a Tony dub.
As we keep things moving, not actually that many predictions differently. I forgot to put a funny graphic for the Pure Rules match that isn't actually confirmed to be a Pure Rules match, although I'm pretty sure they said it's going to be a Pure Rules match somewhere. I've been told it's a Pure Rules match. Where's that come from? Because on the poster it's not saying anything, Sam.
Well, if it is a Pure Rules match, it would make sense, because Chris was the coach for the Pure Rules match. And Declan on Twitter has said, pretty much confirmed it's going to be. I commented, you didn't even use all three of your rope breaks, mate. And he said, that's because I had a crap coach, but this time I'm fighting for myself. So he's basically kind of soft confirmed it's another Pure Rules match.
Well, we'll call it a Pure Rules match until I'm told differently. It's Northwest Strong's Chris Ridgeway taking on the man of many enemies, Declan McCarthy. Who went first last time with their prediction?
You did. It is me first. This is, I think this is the toughest one to call, of the card because there isn't like both are regulars in catch, both are coming off of losses, so would benefit from a win, and both are around the title pictures frequently in catch. So it is a tough one to call where catch wants to go. But I think, and this is just because traditionally in the schedule, we know Hostiles in September. Because it's around the corner, as much as I hate to do this, but I do want the points, I am going to go with McCarthy getting the win over Ridgeway.
I mean, yeah, this is insane. Sam actually wanting Declan McCarthy to win a wrestling match. This is unprecedented.
No, it's not want, it's prediction. It's what I think is going to happen, not what I want to happen. Shout out Cultaholic.
We've got a cultaholic. We've nicked something from what culture? Now we've got the bloody cultaholic. Wait a minute. Cultaholic were the ones who did the predictions first, I'm pretty sure. Oh well. We might just be stealing directly from Cultaholic at this point.
It's what everyone does on YouTube.
Ranking every Samuel J. Doherty facial expression from worst till best coming next week at some point. I'm going against the grain again here. I think Chris Ridgeway is going to win, and Declan McCarthy is going to crash out and beat the shit out of Sam. Hopefully. It's not what we think will happen, it's what we want to happen. Yeah, I do think Ridgeway will win, and that'll sort of cause Deck to get quite irritated. And then, of course, the only logical solution there is that he challenges the maker of Pure Rules, the thingy, Nigel McGuinness, to come and have a match at the next Catch show. And he loses that one as well. He just keeps challenging iconic Pure Rules people until eventually he wins one, and then he can say he's the victor of Pure Rules and never have another one again. Yeah, I do think they're going to do a bit of a spiral for Deck. Also, your mention of Hostile reminded me of the greatest clip ever. I believe it was Declan McCarthy jumping onto, was it Henry Faust? When I was cracking up and he just sort of, he had him in a seated position, he just plopped on top of him. It was beautiful. It was from Hostile the other year.
It was either Faust or Kessler, because I think those were the two he fought in that tournament last year.
Yeah. Then things keep moving with the wheels of the bus. Bright Strong and Bruiser Brad taking on Shredded Meat, Shreddy and Troy Ryan. Been a while since I've seen Shreddy.
Could have been Bentley, you know. It was Bentley he fought in the first round.
That was a throwaway comment. We'll leave it at that. We don't need.
Sorry, I was Googling Hostile 2025.
It was whoever he faced, and I'll try and find the clip to put in here if it's still on my phone somewhere. But yeah, the wheels of the bus with Big T, assumingly somewhere, will be taking on Shredded Meat. This one is it's harder to predict than it looks because of course Big T being there makes me think that potentially the wheels of the bus could pick up another shock win. Of course, Bruiser Brad beating Troy Ryan, the number one contender last month. I'm still going with Shredded Meat, but that's literally it's a coin flip in my mind because I think Big T will be there, but I think this time it'll be a bit different, and Troy Ryan can't really lose two matches on the bounce if he wants to win.
See, I have actually disagreed with you again here. I think Wheels on the Bus are going to take it. It's mainly because going back to the first ever Red Art show, where Shredded Meat made their catch debut. Excuse me. That's what happens when you drink Pepsi during the recording, ladies and gentlemen. So going back to the first Catch Red Art show, Shredded Meat took on Riley Nova and Brady Phillips, or the Small Boys, as the crowd kept calling them. And the ending of that match saw Adam Bolt interfering and causing Brady to get the pinfall over Shreddy, I believe. I think we're going to see something similar here, mainly because, sure, Wheels on the Bus have a win, but in terms of overall, Bryant has lost 2 on the bounce. So I get your point about Troy if he lost 2 on the bounce, if he's number 1 contender, but Bryant has lost 2 on the bounce, and this is supposed to be a new faction. And this pay-per-view is essentially, for those who don't go to the Red Arch, the debut of this faction. It's like the re-debut. This is the first time on a big stage. I love the Red Arch, but some of Catch's audience are from, down south. So some of them travel up, especially with the big matches they've been putting on as of late. So I think to really sell this faction to them, you kind of have to give the heel faction the win at first. And then it'll be all the better once Troy can finally overcome it, add more adversity, as they say in the business. So yeah, I'm going to have to give this one to Wheels on the Bus. I think Big T distracts Shreddy, I believe, because in the only match I've seen of him, he was the one who got distracted, which led to him getting pinned. I believe that was the finish, if I'm remembering correctly. So I think Shreddy will be the one to get distracted, trying to defend Troy, and then Bright Strong does. Is it the Tahana bomb that he pulled out?
I don't know if he calls it the Tahana bomb, but it is the Tahana bomb, and it does
fix
it.
Bright pulls out the Tahana bomb and pins Shreddy, while Brad, Troy tries to break the pin, and Brad just throws him across the ring, just like, get out of here.
I have a really bad feeling now that Shreddy's gonna join the Wheels on the Bus, but I don't know why. It's eating me up.
I have thought about it. Because I think Shreddy in most places is a heel, and Catch is the only place where he's really a face.
Yeah, he's been a heel in Wrestle Carnival when I saw him. Sov Pro, big heel in Sov Pro, but I'll leave it at that. These are inside jokes. You guys wouldn't understand, man. Then we move on to the Catch Women's Championship match. The hot topic, Hollie Barlow, who's evil in this promotion, unfortunately. But she's still. I won't believe it until I see it with my own eyes, which I already have. So I still don't believe it. Taking on the Ice Queen, Lily Winter. God, I have the memory of a bloody finger. Who went first this time? It's you again.
It's me to go first. Yes, because I literally just stopped talking, Jack. So this match has spawned because Hollie pinned Lily in a tag match on the first Red Arch taping, first Zeitgeist taping, and then she submitted a request to the GMAC saying that out of everyone, she is the only credible challenger. And the GMAC agreed, mainly because probably the only person who applied other than her was probably Melissa Fierce. But yeah, It is interesting because before these Zeitgeist tapings, an interesting fact for you all: Hollie Barlow has only ever competed in catch if it was for the women's belt.
Wow.
Before this month, she's only competed if it was for the belt. It was only these two tag matches that she's actually competed in a regular match. So it is really interesting. But I do believe that Lily Winter is going to retain. It's been an entertaining 7 months, and I don't think they're quite ready for her to drop the belt. I think we're getting there because
Yeah.
I don't think, because with faces they never have as long as of a reign as heels traditionally. So I think we are getting there, but I don't think it will happen just yet because I don't think Hollie is the opponent. I think either Lana or someone like Molly Spartan, maybe. Just or even if Lucy Sky comes back, someone like that. I think they've got more on the bone, if you know what I mean, storyline wise.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
I don't think on any other day, if it was any other storyline, I would tip it to Hollie to win the title because there is a prospect of you getting to say Hollie Barlow has held our women's championship. That so it is making me waver, but I do think that Catch does respect the storylines. So I don't think they'll just hotshot the title to Hollie.
yeah.
So I'm going to say Lily Winter retains, and from there, I think she goes into the feud that's going to be the person who takes the title from her. Because I do think we're winding down on Lily Winter as the title holder. Though who wins it, it's anyone's guess to me. Whoever challenges Lily, because there's a ton of opponents that could, take the title from her if they build the storyline right.
I mean, it's really unfortunate because I really do like Holly Barlow, but you bang on the money. I don't think they gonna give her the belt, especially as a heel. Holly Barlow on any other day is a big box office draw, but nobody wants to see Holly Barlow being mean. So she's not box office enough anymore now that she's decided to be mean. So I think we're giving it to the Ice Queen. There you go, bit of rhyming poetry.
Imagine
Um,
if Catch is the promotion that does the split. Because we haven't heard Lana's thoughts on Holly getting a title shot. And there was a
yeah.
bit of era there about when Holly said that she was the one who got the pin over Lily. They wouldn't, would they? They wouldn't be the one to fire the gun first, would they?
No, I mean I don't know who actually like in terms of hierarchy gets it, because it's even though your progresses, your Rev Pros, your even Catch at this point are bigger names. Future Shot was the one that started it, so. But I mean, it was pretty obvious. Let's just review the
In these
tape here.
belts.
If we just review the tape here, it was Lana Austin that did hand Holly Barlow the win on a platter. So there is
I love the Metcalf logo in the corner.
the what logo?
The
I don't know.
Metcalf logo.
I don't know what you mean. I have only the highest quality sources. That was totally wasn't screenshotted during the broadcast by me, just praying that I could get it up in time. Yeah, I do think Lally could be having some tension, but at the same time, I think that could be I think they're faking us out, if anything. If they do tension, I don't think they'll split ever because they're best friends.
I would really like to see a triple threat. I think if they were going to continue Lally versus Lily, I think a triple threat is the way you should end it.
Yeah. But
Though I
then is
don't
it
know
too
how
many eggs
you.
in one basket?
You'd have to use maybe Red Arch or just have Lily, repeat, I'm a fighting champion, in order to like get it storyline wise. If Lily were to retain, um, yeah, I think a triple threat. Maybe we don't promote chaos. Could be on the cards.
Potentially. Potentially. As we then move on to. Where are we? There we are. The match that's bringing the big money match of the night. The big boy one, even though it's not a. Obviously, if you follow Catch closely, you've got a different match as your big money main event. But if you don't, then I think this is the main event. I don't know which one will main event. Perhaps that should have been a tiebreaker. Scott Oberman taking on Jay Joshua. Now, this will be Sam's first Jay Joshua match. Be my 4,800th or something. I don't think I've. I think this will literally be my fourth week in a row watching the Jay Joshua match, and he's won all the other ones. So obviously, I'm gonna have to go Scott Oberman. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not happening. Let's be honest, lads. I value my points more than I value my humour. And the real thing has proven himself time and time again against Luke Jacobs. That's basically it. Josh Eze as well. But on the high caliber opponent side of things, even though, of course, we do love Josh Eze, he has proven himself. I don't think he's. I think as well with the Lee Dawson thing going on and several other aspects, you can't just have Jay Joshua become champion out of nowhere. There's an intricacy to the title changes in Catch. And unfortunately, I don't think Jay Joshua making his debut is something they're going to go for.
Or was it me? No.
It does appear so. I've dropped my prediction.
Okay. I am going to agree, even though I haven't seen Jay Joshua. I've heard that he's really mint. The only actual footage I've seen of him is him making Ian Skinner look like a mug and ruining Ian Skinner's card trick on Gaiden. So yeah. So he has a win that I've seen, just not a wrestling win. But yeah, I do think Scott Oman. I was weirdly enough, I know promotions don't really affect each other, but I was watching Progress uh, before I had locked in this prediction, mainly because I was thinking if London, weren't colossal dumbasses and just saw how good Scott Oberman is, um, I would say maybe Oberman could be, his time in the North is done. But if they're gonna want to waste Oberman, we'll gladly take him because he is probably one of the best wrestlers of the year. Like I know we're only halfway through it, well, nearly like three,
Yeah.
2/3 away through it. But if you look at the matches he's had and the ratings got how good each match is, like you could fill a whole top 15 list of Oberman matches this year, and all of them will be above a 7 out of 10. Like you wouldn't even have any mediocre matches on there because Scott Oman's just that good. He is the real thing. So yeah, I don't know why they did the graphic to make him look like Homer Simpson though.
They hate him because of the homers.
Ow!
Unfortunately, that was actually quite a good Homer impression. To be fair,
Yeah,
came out
I'm
of
not going to
nowhere.
do it again. So, 'cause I don't want to.
I can't believe he wrote the Odyssey. By the way, that's insane.
Yeah,
Or whatever. I've backed that joke
he
badly.
made Super Mario Odyssey. That's insane.
This is very stupid show, man. Very stupid. With bottom 5 British wrestling podcasters behind that one guy who defended the use of AI by going whatever it was. I don't remember. As we move to our main event, in my eyes at least, it was the main event of the last show. The loser leaves town TLC match. Also the real thing, Ian Skinner. I think he calls himself the real thing as well.
What I mean?
Taking on Aiton Steen. One half of Forbidden Planet, but I feel like it's been years since I've saw them team together. And not in this promotion either, so.
Yeah, it's a shame. I hope Danny Birch is Dave Birch, not Danny Birch.
I was going to say, Danny Birch is the bloke who used to come out with Only Lorcan going like that.
Yeah, I hope Dave Birch is doing really well now, wherever they are. So I do think this will main one of the halves just because, the cleanup, practically you need a gap in between for this. And I think with the full card being 9 matches, I think that's just because the no time limit match will be probably the longest match on the card.
Oh, really? I thought it was going to go 2 minutes. I think it'd be quite funny if it's a squash. If they picked it up and it's just a squash match.
Yeah, but, they value their customers, unlike other promotions.
We really are just calling everyone out, aren't we? Just no need.
I didn't call anyone out. How would you making a vague threat? This is interesting because on one hand, everyone in that catch audience would love to see Ian Skinner in a maid outfit.
I do think that, yeah.
But on the other hand, Catch isn't a deathmatch promotion. So it's 50-50 on whether Steen would stay. But hopefully both of these will, because this was the only match that it was a poll to decide what the stipulation would be. If this was a TLC match, neither would have to leave. So going off of that, it's kind of like hard to decide because on one hand, Steen said that there was a way for Skinner to come back. So that makes me think, because of the poll, is Steen going to win? But on the other hand, Skinner has just lost to Steen. So logic dictates Skinner gets a win back.
Yeah.
Because their first match there was a year gap between the first match between these two and then the second match. So there was, a lot of time between it, so they might not even count that as a series. So if we just judge 2026, Steen's 1-0 up. Skinner needs to get back in. So this is the one where even now, because I had a name going into it, but now I'm like, oh.
You've taught yourself out, haven't you?
Yeah. Skinner. I'm going to say Skinner. And it's just because the logical side of my brain dictates that Skinner needs to get a win back over Steen after the last show. And also, I think it will be interesting to see, I I don't want to get rid of Steen. I like seeing Steen in promotions that I go to. But I do think it'll be interesting of where Skinner goes. I think Skinner has more potential for storylines in Catch specifically.
Yeah, but Steen's got no way back if he loses this. Whereas Skinner has a chance to be recalled. Are they really going to bar one of their big money match people out of Catch permanently? Of course, loser leaves town never means permanently, but I don't think Skinner's given Steen an ultimatum of coming back. For that reason, by the way, I am locking in Steen, but I do think, originally I did think they were going to pump fake us and give Thingy, but I don't think with my heart. I don't think with my brain, I think with my heart. And Steen has to win, otherwise I'll cry. Though genuine tears will be shed. Not in the bread shed, damn it. I was trying to make a shed in the shed, but it's Gorilla. I forget. Too used to the bread shed.
Yeah, it's Gorilla
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I think. Oh, don't know why I did that. I've got a really bad back. I think Steen has to win. I don't need to spend 10 minutes talking myself around. It's Steen or it's bust. I'd rather die than live in a world where Aiton Steen isn't in Catch Pro Wrestling.
Fine speech.
God, I hate you sometimes.
Neither of us kept track, did we, on what we disagreed on?
No, don't worry, because there's a handy-dandy form in the comment section down below where you'll be able to keep track of everything, and we've been using that form to dictate the video. Let's do the tiebreak questions too, Mr. Doherty. How many pile drivers do you think will be hit in Scott Oberman versus Jay Joshua? Of course, Spirit of the Blues, a finisher of Scott Oberman. Jay Joshua loves a pile driver too, and he loves popping up out of them. Go all the way up to 10 if you so fancy it. Oh wait, it's me to go first, isn't it? I completely forgot. I'm going 2. I'm going quite liberal. No, quite conservative. What's the saying? Quite conservative, quite liberal. I don't think there'll be that many. It's one of the political parties.
Quite green.
I'm quite green.
Quite green.
I'm so green.
Is this closest to it wins?
I guess so.
All right, I'm gonna go 3.
Oh, you're a cheeky bugger, I'm still confident. I think Oberman will avoid the pile driver like the plague and then hit Spirit of the Blues. The second tiebreak was how long will Scott Oberman's entrance be? We're doing these in 30-second increments, so you got to try and get as close as you can. I want an exact number from you, though.
I think. So luckily, you're talking to the person who times Scott Oberman's entrance every time I see him. The past 2 have been under 2 minutes. Under 3 minutes, even. I think 3 minutes 15.
I'm going to go 3 minutes 16. I've decided.
Austin.
This is your... Oh, yeah.
Austin.
Yeah. Scott Oberman, I've got a really funny idea for you. That'll picture.
You know what's funny
Come out
though?
bald with all your hair off and do 316.
I know you do it for the bit, but the last Gorilla show, his entrance was exactly 316.
Yeah, I've mapped out the schematics of Gorilla, and I know that that's exactly how long he needs to take.
Oberman, please just hit 3 minutes and then get in the ring. Remember, it's both feet inside the ropes. It's reverse battle royal rules. Just because they're on the mat doesn't on the outside of the ring doesn't mean that he's technically made his full entrance.
I guess so. Yeah. And no, I'm confident on 316. I don't think he'll take shorter than that. He might take longer, but that would mean I get the point. Next one. Who do you think's challenging for the Catchweight Championship after Jay Joshua? Which is something I'd like to clarify right now. After Jay Joshua. The answer of who will be the next challenger is not Jay Joshua, unless they think he's having a rematch.
Well, it's you first.
Oh, I am going to have to hit. I'm going to go Connor Mills. Sticking with the Jay Joshua theme. I know they don't, but I think, to be fair, Connor Mills will be RevPro, undisputed British heavyweight champion, fresh off a win in Wembley Arena by that point, probably. So I don't know if they'll get him in, but I'm going to go Connor Mills. I'm going to hope. Fucking hell.
I am going to say that the next... So, remember, if... Wait, I have to clarify. Does Red Arch tapings count? Or is it the next Gorilla show?
The next challenger? That is the question.
Because Scott Oberman has defended it in the Red Arch. I think he has to defend it on one of the two shows.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah. Oh,
if there is Red Arch shows, you're kind of screwed. To be fair, he has defended it at each Red Arch taping.
If you'll allow me, I'm changing my answer, Lee Dawson. I'm locking it in before you can.
Okay.
I got right of way.
I actually wasn't going to go Lee Dawson.
Oh, really?
I am locking in Sexy Kev Lloyd.
Ooh.
That's
a match I want to see.
He's been on a winning streak. He won the scramble match at Gimme Danger. He has not lost a match since the second week of Red Arch tapings. And he has the pedigree of his catch career to fall back on. So I think that the catch higher-ups would see that as a fitting challenger for a Red Arch show, like they did with Henry Faust at Zeitgeist. Should we do... If he doesn't defend it at the Red Arch, should we have a... Who do you think his next Gorilla opponent's going to be? Or...
Okay, yeah. Well,
so
I'm going Lee Dawson for Red Arch and then Connor Mills for Gorilla.
For Gorilla, I think this is where Tony Wright cashes in. So I'm going to say for Gorilla, it's going to be Tony Wright.
Oh, that's a good point. I completely forgot about that. Damn it, man. Next tiebreak. Will Aiton Steen jump off a ladder 3 or more times? We want yes, no, or exactly 3. It's not much of a tiebreak, to be fair. It's just a normal question at this point.
The rule in comedy is that it rules of 3, so I think he's going to jump off exactly 3 times. First 2 times it hits, the third time Skinner catches him.
I'm going to go now, because it's simple stuff. 1 jump off a ladder is all you really get in a wrestling match.
But it is Steen.
I know, but I know he's a thrill seeker, a risk taker and such.
He loves jumping off of shit.
He does. The final tiebreak. Who will use their rope breaks first in the Pure Rules match that might not even be happening technically, but kind of we think we got the scoop on it. Ridgeway or McCarthy. One of us has to take Ridgeway, one of us has to take McCarthy, and I'll actually, even though I should get first choice, I'll let you pick because I have a feeling who you might go with.
That's bad because I do not have a name out of the two of them because
it's a coin toss, really. We don't know how the inner workings of the match.
Yeah, we don't know how the match is being planned. Unless
well, that's why it's a prediction video.
Unless
if we
one
had the answers, it'd be a fucking recap.
I'm gonna say McCarthy, just because I feel like he'll make Chris give one up with, the leg thing he did with Faust, where he pushes his leg into the ropes. But then I think after
Yeah.
that, Chris won't be fooled by it. And I do think, because Chris is the leg guy, McCarthy is going to have a hard time powering out of it, because you don't want the leg guy to not be able to hook the legs.
Yeah.
So I think
Well,
McCarthy uses all three of these, especially since it was a big point that he didn't use two of his rope breaks and still lost the match. And he said that he's not gonna listen to Chris's teachings anymore. So that means he's gonna be a bit more liberal with his rope breaks.
there it is again. Which one is it? Liberal? Conserving? I'm going Ridgeway though. Just not just because of the fact that I want it to be a split opinion. I do think McCarthy will dink him about a bit.
Not Ref Greenwoods. You don't think he's gonna use his rope breaks?
Come on, that's just silly now, and we're a very serious channel. I don't know why you'd even think that. Anyway, that was the Catch Pro Wrestling predictions. I'm sure there's a really funny thumbnail that I've put on this video because I'm really good at Get Me in Canva. If you want a chance to win, that's right, we're doing a giveaway. I've promised one last year. If you want a chance to win a ticket to a Catch show of the future, either a Gorilla one or a Red Arch, whichever one's more convenient for you, there's a link in the description down below. That's right, we put another link in the description. It's going to be more full. We're going to hit the 5,000 character limit at some point. I'm sure of it. If you can beat Benno, because it's my money, I'm sure Sam could beat Benno. But if you can beat Benno, you could be in with a chance of winning. I'm not giving everyone who beats me a thingy though. I'm not so confident on my predictions. And I also don't have $4,500 to sell out a show. They're £25 a pop. It's good value, but I don't have that kind of
What
money.
do you mean
to
the
give
£25 a pop? I don't pay £25.
Oh, well, some of us that don't like to support independent wrestling by subscribing to the Patreon don't have to pay £25 a pop.
Yeah, I don't have to pay £25 because I do support independent wrestling and I am a Patreon member.
And also, you win the raffle every time for the bloody tickets to the next show.
Not every time. I'm not like Stevie.
When was the last time you paid for a gorilla show?
The last time I paid for a gorilla show, it was with intent.
Oh, I genuinely thought you'd never paid for a gorilla show because you won tickets to the last two.
No, I paid for with intent. To be fair, there's only been 3 gorilla shows.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Damn, I got the wires crossed there. But this has been it. I've been Jackie Benno. He has been Sam from Rambling About Wrestling without a capital A. How disgraceful. Fix that right now or I'm...
No, you're the capital A for arsehole. I'm the lowercase a for just ass.
We'll be having words off camera.